As we continue to build homes and live near the forests and rangelands where wildland fire is a natural event, our homes can become just another log on the fire. As we live and play near the wildlands, we need to work within our communities to learn how to protect what we value from the flames.
Learn more about the natural role of fire. Visit the National Interagency Fire Center website at nifc.gov. That's NIFC.gov.
ESPN Radio and Manchester's Red Sox station, WGAM, The Game.
Welcome back to the New England Golf Radio Show. Chris is back there with a huge grin on his face, and I think it's because what are we listening to right now?
The Naked Gun theme song.
The Naked Gun theme song.
Don't tell me you don't know the Naked Gun movie.
Of course I know the Naked Gun. I know the
Remember when he's driving all around, then he goes through like the ladies' locker room, and then he's in the movie theater, and it's all from the car's perspective.
You want to talk about an 80s classic, or is that a 90s classic? Or was that Naked Gun 4.5?
I know, they made 3 of them. Naked Gun 33 1/3 was the last one.
33 1/3.
The first one I think came out either in the very early 90s or late 80s. We can look that up, get back to
Wow, that is impressive. We had the Naked Gun theme music on here. The New England Golf Radio Show. We are back. We are ready to talk about the Crown Plaza Invitational. We just had Drew Kaiser on, PGA Swing Doctor. We'll put all that information up on our Facebook and our Twitter. Drew is immensely knowledgeable about the golf swing. Go see him. He's got the video equipment. He's got the knowledge. He's a great guy. He's personable. I'm sure he's a blast to work with. I need to have him look at my swing 7 million times in slow motion to figure out what's going on with it. And go see him. He's right down in Southborough, Mass., and he will take care of you, get you fixed up, and to get outside and play some good golf no matter what the elements are.
I picture him to be like one of those like old men who lives up in the mountain, and he like is up there with his putter, and you have to like climb the mountain to talk to him.
Right.
And then,
Drew could be one of those people you need a Sherpa to go find.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how good he is at what he does. You could just tell by having the conversation with him and listening to him on the radio. Great guy. Go see him, Southborough, Mass., Kaiser Performance Institute. We got the Crown Plaza Invitational going on this week, and it is at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas, I believe. A bunch of PGA Tour players are members there. It's known as Hogan's Alley. Hogan won there 5 times. It's not a long golf course. It's about 7,200 yards. By PGA standards, that's not too long. You see a lot of guys hitting hybrids, hitting 3-woods off the tee there, and you have to score really well to be in contention there. Guys put up low numbers because it's relatively short. As I said, they hit hybrids and 3-woods off the tee, and then they're typically left with wedges in their hands to the green. When you put a wedge in the PGA Tour players' hands from the right yardages, for them, it's going to be within 15 feet every single time, and that would be considered a poor shot by their standards. Probably on average 10 to 8 feet, and if you give PGA Tour pros 8-footers all day, they're going to make a good amount of them because they're just that good on the greens. Low numbers a must at this place. David Toms came out. We talked about him. We're gonna get into his mental state here. He dropped a 62 in the first round, which is an amazing round. Dropped another 62 in the second round. Back-to-back 62. Tied the PGA Tour scoring record for the first 2 days of any tournament, which is just so impressive considering what he went through last week at TPC. However, he came out yesterday and carded a 74. Didn't look comfortable with his swing. Didn't look comfortable mentally. Lost his 7-shot lead, which he relinquished to Charlie Wee, who is 13 under. David Toms is now 12 under after the 74. And did an interview afterwards. Good for him doing the interview again. I love it. I love David giving his peace of mind to the media, but did not look comfortable, wasn't happy, said he was happy to get off the golf course. So you got to wonder, what kind of mental state is David Toms in right now, Chris?
It's almost as though he had a 3-goal lead in the first period against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
How did I know that analogy was coming along for all you Bruins fans out there? And that debacle that took place yesterday. I don't want to get into that because
obviously.
Chris, you can sense it in his voice. He will just turn into an absolute depression session. And
jump
we'll
out this window.
So David Toms came out, shot 2 great rounds, had to deal with a little bit of adversity. I'm really interested to see how he comes back today and how he performs. He's only one shot back. As we said, Charlie Wee is the leader right now at -13. He's at -12. I'll be really interested to see how he comes back today and performs. Now, if you're David Toms, the question is, how do you approach this final round? What do you do? How do you get yourself mentally ready to go out there and compete for a championship at the Crowne Plaza Invitational? A good tournament, a very good field by all respects. How do you get yourself ready, Chris? What do you do before the round? Do you eat something special for breakfast? Do you wear your favorite underwear? Do you tie your shoes backwards? I mean, what does he do? What does David Toms do to get ready for today?
It's almost like superstition-wise anyway, it's almost like he has a totally clean slate because he just had his bad round.
That's a great
point. You know, he had 2 good rounds in a row, 2 almost historically good rounds. And then third round, he kind of lost his cool. He's still right there. And from a, I don't want to say like karma perspective because who knows what anyone's karma is, but like
from the Rapture knows.
Well, the Rapture does, yes. That's why we're all still here.
Right.
But you know, from a superstition perspective, he's, you know, clean slate.
Right, so David's he can do whatever he wants before the round. I would suggest just get to the range, get your mind clear. As Drew said, he does a great job of moving on, so I'm sure he's done that. I expect him to come out and have a great performance today. The question now is, are you picking him to win? Do you think he can relinquish?
David Toms?
Yeah, David Toms. Do you think he can regain this lead and take this title after all the adversity and things that he's gone through over the past 2 weeks?
He certainly can. I mean, I think he's capable of it, but I don't know if I would pick him to win at this point.
All right, so if you're not picking David Toms, who are you picking? You got Charlie Wee at -13. You got David Toms at -12. You got John Senden, a very solid player, hits it really straight, doesn't absolutely bomb it, but has control of his golf swing at -9. You got Stuart Appleby in the mix, another guy who can control the golf ball really well. Then you have one of my personal favorites on tour, Paul Goydos at -8. And you can throw Mark Wilson in there, a guy who's won a couple times this year at -8 as well. Who are you taking?
What's Appleby at again?
Appleby's at -8. He's
-8.
5 back, which is a big number to be back in the final round at this place. You know Charlie Wee's going to go out and make some birdies. You hope David Toms is going to go out and make some birdies. You don't know about John Senden.
I'm gonna front run here, and I'm gonna go with Charlie Wee.
You're gonna front run and go with Charlie Wee.
I'm making a safe one this
after
time.
you gave up on KJ last week. That might be a good pick. I'm actually gonna go with Paul Goydos to come up with a huge round. He's 5 back
really?
right now. I think the leaders are going to relinquish the lead a little bit. Going to be a little bit windy out there today, so they're going to relinquish that lead, and Goydos is going to take this championship. It'll be great to watch. It's on CBS at 3 o'clock. You can see what's going on there, and you can watch Goydos go on to victory and watch me be right for once making a prediction on this show. Okay, we got to move on real quick to the Volvo World Championship match play, which is going on right now. We have it on Golf Channel. You can tune in right now. Not right now. After you listen to the show, tune in on Golf Channel. You got Ian Poulter and Luke Donald playing. The interesting storyline here is that Luke Donald, with a win, will become the world number 1. Ian Poulter beat Lee Westwood earlier in this tournament, actually yesterday. And one of the beefs that I mentioned early on in this tournament is it's a match play event, okay? So that means there's a bracket somewhere. I searched the internet everywhere and found no bracket. So Volvo World Match Play Championship, if you want people to really get into your event, get a bracket out there. That's what people in America want to do. We love March Madness. We love when the Accenture goes on out in Arizona when they have that match play and we can fill out our brackets. Everybody can make their predictions. Maybe they place a little friendly wager on it. Not money. Not money, like push-ups or something like that. And then they get into it. People want to watch it. They see what's happening. I searched the internet high and dry and found nothing. So Volvo, you're better than that, man. Come up with a bracket. Give us something that we can write our predictions in. Regardless, we got Donald and Poulter squaring off right now. I think it's all square, although they're not showing the score here on Golf Channel. If Donald wins, he becomes world number 1, beats Lee Westwood. Another underlying storyline here is that Westwood loses to Poulter, and ESPN sort of reported that Poulter played really well but didn't play that well, and that Westwood was upset and was a little bit touchy afterwards, so far as to say he wants to close his Twitter account because he's getting too much flack on there from people for not winning this event as the world's number 1. I'm not sure if that's the case. I haven't talked with Lee. That's just allegedly what people are saying. So I would advise Lee not to worry about the people giving him flack on Twitter. It's part of it comes with the fame, comes with being world number 1. Don't worry about it, Lee. I'm sure you won't close it. And it's just interesting to me to see his mindset where he seems to be a little bit touchy moving forward.
Well, if he closes his Twitter account, he won't be able to read Andreas Gonzalez.
Exactly. And Andreas Gonzalez had a great tweet this week. I don't know if we can get to it, but he had a great one to Tiger Woods. Maybe we'll bring that up next time. So, Chris, who you taking? Donald to become number 1 in the world, Poulter to win this Volvo Match Play Championship.
That's a really tough call. Those are two really good golfers, and
match play.
It is match play. Yeah.
A lot of drama.
Anything can happen.
In strategic and hole by hole. So, you put up a big number. It doesn't matter. You just move on. You move forward.
I'm going to say Donald does it.
He's going to say Donald takes it in world number 1. Now, I would love to see that happen. I'd love to see Luke Donald as a world number 1. He's played really well this week, and I think he has the game to beat Ian Poulter. He's consistent. He's solid, although Poulter has gotten things done. You can hear the music. We're just about done here on WGAM for today. Make sure you tune in next week, 10 a.m. Sunday. We're going to go over the HP Byron Nelson. We'll talk about the results of the World Volvo Golf Match Play Championship. And we'll hopefully get another guest on here. Hopefully we'll get somebody from the International. Maybe we'll have Drew back on. But thanks again, everybody, for listening. Next Sunday, 10 a.m., New England Golf Radio Show. JJ Truman, Chris Arcand. We'll see you then.
See you later.
On Sunday, May 22nd at 5 o'clock, the Nashua Police Department and Tully Automotive Group cross the diamond for a charity softball game at Holman Stadium in Nashua. Proceeds raised will benefit the Nashua Police Athletic League, which